Today, we're going to be talking about celebrating ourselves. Now, this is super useful because what it does is it puts you in a state of winning. So, I want you to think about what happens when you're judging yourself a lot or you're thinking what you're doing isn't good enough. What ends up happening is you end up creating this state of like you're losing because your brain's telling you all the ways that it's going wrong, all the ways you're not doing it right. And so, it just keeps fueling that. But when you start to celebrate yourself, you're like, okay, I'm doing a great job. So then you work from that place. Think about the difference between thinking I'm doing a great job and working and then thinking I'm not doing a great job and working. Your experience is different. The way that you show up is different. The way that you feel about what you're doing is very different. So when you're celebrating yourself, you're creating this atmosphere of this is working, I'm doing a great job. And then you show up from that place, which gets you better results. Now, I really want you to think about what does your brain think counts as far as a celebration? Because what you might find is you're missing so many things that you could celebrate about yourself or about what you're doing because your brain is discounting them. So, like, let's say that maybe you think something's easy. So, your brain might discount that. It might think that that's not worth celebrating. It might think it's not worth celebrating if you've done it a bunch of times or you've done it before. It might not think it's celebrating if it's not maybe in the normal area that you're used to celebrating things. And so, what you can actually start to do is just start to celebrate things, but then start to think about things that, like, maybe I'm discounting. What could I celebrate that I'm potentially discounting? What could I celebrate that feels like it's too simple, it's too easy that I don't even need to celebrate? What can I celebrate that maybe it's something that I've done so many times, I'm not even realizing how important it is? And you can just start to make this a habit. Like maybe when you get up, I'm going to celebrate a couple things. Maybe when you walk in the bathroom, you're like, oh, yeah, that's my reminder to celebrate something. Maybe it's before you start doing this specific task, or maybe it's when you finish a specific task. Just start weaving in the habit of celebrating. When you understand how your brain works, it makes it so much easier to work with your brain. I want you to think about how you're currently taking action. If you don't understand how your brain works, it's like you're swimming up the current. It's so much harder. Whereas if you just turned around, then you could actually swim so much easier because you would be working with your brain. If this is something you want to learn about, go to successbykayla.com to sign up and get instant access to my Why You Aren't Taking Action video.